States of America. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And we always repeat,
under God.
and you know what? I want to say that yesterday this happened to us, Dennis. Yesterday we looked out into the audience and there was Brian, a veteran, standing up with his hand over his heart. So I kind of glanced out in the audience today, and guess what? Our Lakota friend, Joanne Spotted Bear of Mustang Matters, she was standing up with her hand over the heart when we were saying the Pledge of Allegiance. Thank you, Joanne, and remember, you can always come up, get behind the microphone, want to hear what you have on your mind. All right, listeners, that toll-free number is 855-790-8255. That text number, again, is 775-384-4444. The weather here in northern Nevada, you heard a little bit of it before we did the pledge. Well, let me tell you, the weather is brought to you by none other than a local Sparks resident, Richard LaFlame.
Richard LaFlame.
Richard LaFlame. And I've got to share with you, listeners, ready? It is the fact of the matter. Richard LaFlame is a Sparks resident who, from day one, our inaugural show, has always sent the weather into the AM news, and it's heard around the world now. So our weather sites are telling us that we're looking for the highs to reach 42 with lows near 22 under partly cloudy skies. Pretty cloudy right now, Richard. It is 36 here at this time. There's a red flag for high winds in all of our mountain areas and for Virginia City down to Carson City. And on US 395 from Reno to Carson City. On I-80, there are chains or snow tires or don't go because there's a lot of snow on I-80. Now remember, exit 229 at Battle Mountain to milepost 252 at Eureka County, and on State Route 341, there are chains or snow tires required in both directions. Be careful, and also watch out for ice on some of our roads. Listeners, that weather report was brought to you by
Richard LaFlame.
Our Was Up Weather Wizard. That was the nickname he got because he's always sent in the weather. You too can send in the weather. Let's go to a text right now. Remember that text number, 775-384-4444. And this comes in from our good friend, Sammy. Sammy in Northern California writes in and says, have a great show today. Looks like we might have overcast skies and a little bit of sun. Sammy, give us a call. Want to hear from you, brother. Want to hear from you in Northern California. That's the one and only Sammy from Miami, Sammy Stern. We appreciate that update, Sammy. And also, you're not going to believe this. So, ready?
Ready.
They've already kicked it off. See, they're used to us on Thursdays. Listeners had no clue we actually were here yesterday. Got called in to do a special 2 hours because of just a glitch in Tipping Point with Boone Cutler and Dennis Romeo and Liz Hanson. You weren't able to go live yesterday. You'll be back next week.
Hopefully.
Oh, you will.
Wednesday at 6.
You better believe it. 6 to 9 is the only break yours truly gets. 6 to 9 every Wednesday, Tipping Point with Boone Cutler. Then Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, it's AM News, your news show, not ours. We'll kick it off with Susie. She writes in and says, good morning, Romeo. Susie here.
Good morning, Angel.
She says, set my alarm to be the first angel to wish you a beautiful day. Maybe you need a boutique called Romeo's Angels in your city. Wow.
I
Not a
think
bad
I
idea.
have a boutique called Romeo's Angels. It's right here. Right?
You know, maybe you do when you think about it. Just maybe you do. I tell you what, listeners.
Thank you, Susie.
Yeah, thank you, Susie. Thanks for being the first angel. And listeners, if you just tuned in, what it is for some unknown reason, good Lord, I don't know why, but Dennis has a following, nation and now worldwide, angels all around the world, I call them, who like to call in and wish him a good morning. Ooh, wow.
Yeah.
Here's one. Be there tomorrow at the border of Nevada. Now, Sadie.
Oh.
Sadie just texted in from Elko.
Elko, Nevada.
Ooh, Elko, just,
Sadie, you be careful. I-80's got snow on it. I
Yeah,
don't want
you be
anything to
careful.
happen to you.
amen. She says, be careful, Sadie, and she says, gonna have a cup of coffee, a bite to eat, and I'm on the road to Reno. Wow, Sadie, welcome to Reno, by the way.
Welcome to Northern Nevada.
Welcome to Nevada. Appreciate it. Drive slow, sweetheart. Drive slow, and thanks for being one of Romeo's angels. So now let me get to our next text. That noise you hear in the background, listeners, that's the text going off. Let's see, we have, wow. You know, what is this? I think I'm gonna have to, I feel like Oprah Winfrey or something, you know?
Oprah?
Yeah, I feel like Oprah.
You don't look like Oprah.
Thank God. Okay, now I'm never politically
Yeah.
correct. I'm never politically correct, but it says, hi, this is Judy, sending hugs, and I was sad to miss you yesterday, darn it.
Oh, good morning, Angel.
Wow.
Hi, Judy.
She must have learned that we did have a special show yesterday.
Oh, and she missed it. I feel bad for her.
Man, put that Barry White sounding voice away. I tell you what, listeners, that is another one. That's 3 angels in less than 10 minutes have all texted in. You can text us too. That number, 775-384-4444. That dinging you heard was
Yeah.
another text coming in. Wow, Alan Branch, Tulsa, Oklahoma, says, Sharia Palin was here in Oklahoma last night at the Mandel Christian Books and More store. She was doing singing for her new Christian Christmas book. Just wanted that to go out on the air. Big Al here. That's Big Al, Alan Branch from Tulsa, Oklahoma. Thanks for that text. And he said, oh wow, he's got more. 2 days, oh, this is sad. 2 days ago, a mother and her husband are now in jail for murdering their 3-year-old son.
This
Wow.
is wrong.
Wow, that is not right. Not right. And he said a man is also in jail for beating his child to death. Too many crazy people in this world. Alan, you're absolutely right. Too many crazy people. And you know what it might be? Might be the damn news that everybody listens to. Let's start having some AM news all around the world. That's where you get to call in, no matter what the news is. If it's bad, we want to hear it. But more importantly, if it's a community update, we want to hear it. Why? It's not our news show, it's yours. When we come back, I'll go to you, Joanne Spotted Bear. She's just joined us at Reno Town Mall, so can you. And remember, our toll-free number is 855-790-8255.
I wanted to tell that guy I want to adopt a baby.
You do?
Yeah.
Do
My
it.
son is 16 years old and bossy. I like those. I like the little guys. They're bossy too, but they're not as bossy.
This is the only mic. This one I can see it's going out on the air from the VU meter, but I can't hear it. This one, I can't see it going out on the VU meter, but I can hear it.
Yeah, I don't know what, well, pick one, pick one.
Well,
As long as you know you're going out,
This one
that's all I
I'm
care
sure
about.
of, so.
As long as you know you're going out, that's all I care about. You know, I can hear you without it. You know, I can take these off and do the whole show. I've done it for years, you know. That's where my son picked up that crappy habit.
I didn't think you needed the headphones to do the radio show.
Well, you do sometimes if you have callers, and it also keeps you into the microphone, you know when you're fading out.
I didn't know that. This morning I woke up at 3.
Really?
No, about 3:10, and 12 minutes later, I got a phone call, and they told me my Aunt Zelda died this morning at 2.
So you must have felt her spirit.
I don't know, I just know I've been waking up, around 3. From the first time my brother got sick, that first day, at 3, and every day at 3, it's like I've been waking up, and I've been like, Creator, why am I waking up so early,
Yeah.
so early? That's not normal.
Is it that man waking you up, the guy next to you? We call him running fast.
Running fast. Yeah, he woke up and took off.
Promote your business in the entire Reno market. Or focus on your
Hey, I heard the American Indians gave President Obama a new name.
enables you to
My
reach that
name?
right
Walking
customers
Eagle.
with the right message.
That's, yeah, they gave him an Indian name when he first became president.
Yeah, Walking Eagle. He's too full of shit to fly.
Yeah.
Trainer media.
Yeah, that's right.
2 minutes.
Now we can make you know why he wants to help the horses? Because he's too full of shit. So he's going downhill.
Walking Eagle, well,
Yeah.
that's okay, we won't go there. I try to stay away, I try to avoid,
From Reno's own Blind Dog Roasters, your choices also include a sweet array of desserts made fresh on site.
If he does, did you get my email on Sue Wallace and the resolution she wrote?
you know, I didn't. You can ask me on the air, okay? Now, I'm not saying I didn't get it, I'm saying I didn't see it, you know?
No, it's in your Facebook and your email.
Oh, Facebook, so hard for me to get to everything, so hard.
St. Lawrence Street, just off of Virginia behind Ace's Tattoo, in the heart of Reno.
Yeah, I sent the resolution and that letter from Sir Kurt Allah from the Human Rights Department in the UN, both letters, both emails, I should say.
Really?
Okay, 1 minute.
Consign Furniture has
1
grown
minute.
to be the largest consignment store in northern Nevada, with
Oh,
over
and the Congress-
23,000 square feet of
Congress
showroom
store.
to choose from.
Living rooms, dining rooms, bed, more. They offer all types of household items at 70% off retail prices.
Consign Furniture has new inventory arriving daily. Come in and find that special piece you're looking for, or furniture for your whole house.
Consigned Furniture offers pickup and delivery service to make it easy and convenient to spruce up your home or even get rid of things you're not using.
Do you have items in storage costing you money each month?
Don't worry, Consigned
25
Furniture
seconds.
can help. Nervous about having strangers come to your house?
Don't worry, Consign Furniture can help.
Located at
Clear the throat time.
2335 Market Street.
Yeah, I need
Stop
more,
by
2
today
coffee and
or
water,
call
we'll get
them
it
at
late next break.
775
Hey, will you give me some?
Yeah, yeah.
0222.
10,
Let them help. Take the
9,
guesswork out of selling
8,
your furniture or household
7,
items.
Easy way to
6,
sell,
can you hear me?
smart way to
5.
buy.
Yeah.
775-824-0222.
All right, we are back now, listeners. AM News, it truly is your news show, but we always like to throw things out to see your take on it too. You remember, a lot of times we'll mention news and then we'll give you give us our opinion to all of you around the world, but really what we're looking for is not our opinion. We want your opinion, YOPINION. That's why we give out that toll-free number, 855-790-8255. Anything crazy in the news too, we don't care, we want to hear from you. We want to find out what you are listening to, what you are reading, and also a big shout out to our good friends that we always tune in to AM News in Atlantic Beach. I want to hear from you at 855-790-8255. Oak Harbor, Jacksonville, Florida, North Side, South Side. Please do us a favor. Give us a call. Give us weather, news, and sports in your area. That's what we want to hear. All right, listeners? Also, that text, and I'll get to some of the text right now, is 775-384-4444. You know, Dennis, have you noticed that there are more and more listeners around the world going to the text?
Yeah, everybody's texting now.
Yeah, it's kind of strange. Yeah, I went over to my daughter's house last night. My daughter and 3 of my grandchildren, 3 little girls. They're numbers 9, 10, and 11, I call them affectionately. That's their names, 9, 10, and 11. And I had dinner with them last night, and my daughter was in the kitchen. And all of a sudden, my phone went off, and I looked, and she was texting me in the dining room.
That's the way the kids do it nowadays, Eddie.
I'm going, are you kidding me? Walk around the corner and talk to me. You know, talk to me. You texted me from the kitchen into the dining room where I'm playing with the 3 little pumpkins, I call them, okay? Numbers 9, 10, and 11. That's right, that's what they are to me. How about to you, listeners? Also, a big shout out right now to our good friends, and there are 3 of them listening in Minorca, the island
Minorca?
of Minorca.
Hey, guys.
Yeah, your honorary cousin, man. Don't stretch it. Don't stretch
Hey,
it.
honorary cousin.
Honorary cousin, and also he's listening. Our good buddy. I'm going to assume it's him.
Done?
Yeah, because it's somebody listening near Anna Rudina Creek, and near nothing else at all.
Good day, mate.
You
Crack a
better
tinny
believe
and
it.
listen to AM News.
Uh-oh, who was that text going off? Uh-oh. Tuscaloosa, Alabama.
Oh, it's Paul.
It's
He gave
Paul.
you 18 minutes, Eddie.
Paul, come on, man. You know what? I barely get through how people can reach me before Paul writes in and says, and this is sticking. Have you noticed that?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, jackass.
Jackass.
I might have to.
Truth in advertising,
I
Eddie.
might have to change my name. Hey, jackass, where's my quote of the day? Hey, well, I guess what? Ready? I want to thank you for that, Paul, because I will give you your quote of the day. I think it's absolutely great. And this one is brought to you by Cookie Miles. That's right. And she says, grudges are a waste of perfect happiness. Laugh when you can, apologize when you should, and let go of what you cannot change. And I tell you what, that is an absolutely wonderful one. And Lynn Barrett sent that in from Cookie Miles. I want to thank you for that. And Paul, if that don't make you happy, then this jackass don't care. How about that?
Yeah.
Okay, Paul.
Yeah, Paul.
Yeah.
Yeah, Paul, don't make, oh wait, he just texted back in and said, I'm happy, don't worry, I'm not coming there.
Well, there is peace in Tuscaloosa.
There's peace now in Tuscaloosa, you gotta love it, listeners. That text number that we hear from Paul all the time is, quite frankly, it's 775-384-4444. Okay, now, this just came in from Callahan, Florida.
Callahan.
Our good buddy,
Oh.
Mitch
Oh,
Kinsey.
Mitch. Hey,
Yeah,
Mitch.
Mitch Kinsey just
Good
wrote
morning,
in.
Mitch.
And Mitch just wrote in and said, ready? A quote. Here's a quote. He said, and Mitch, you just beat me. I just beat you barely to give Paul in Tuscaloosa, Alabama his quote of the day, but I will read yours since you texted in. He says, we must not look to our government to solve problems. Government is the problem. Ronald Reagan. Wow, Mitch, you hit the nail on the head, brother. Those perfume parlor snakes, for the most part, are indeed the real problem there.
Term limits, 4 o'clock tomorrow. I stick by that policy, 4 o'clock Friday. If you haven't got it right by then, you're out of there.
4 o'clock Friday is when you're saying term limits? Are you kidding me?
Yeah, for everybody.
Wow. Okay, listeners. Hey, what's your opinion on term limits? Give us a call. 855-790-8255. And we always go to callers first. Who do we have?
Well, Eddie, on line 1 with a pre-opening stock
All
market
right.
report, we have Ken. Hey, Ken.
What's up?
It looks like the stock market's going to open higher this morning. We had some pretty good numbers on the weekly jobless claims. They dropped down to 323,000, much better than expected. And the producer price index, the measure of inflation, lower than expected, fell by 0.2%. So the Dow should open up about 52 points, and the NASDAQ about 14 points, and the S&P 500 about 4.5 points.
Wow.
Looking like a strong opening.
You know what? That is really a good pre-opening report. Ken Roberts listeners around the world. Ken Roberts owns Fat Tail Trading and Research, and he's also the host of Ken's Bulls and Bears, another America Matters media talk show here at the Reno Town Mall.
Hey, Ken, I might be an idiot here, but why was the market down so much yesterday and now it's going to be opening up today? What's up with that?
Well, a lot of times it doesn't. There's a lot of more factors, than we like to read into it. Yesterday when the FOMC minutes came out, it looked like the Fed considered tapering earlier than 2014, maybe as early as December. When that news came out, that's when the market sold off. This morning, the early news is that the weekly jobless claims are out and the producer price index pretty good shape. So now the market's rallying. There's a lot of variables in reality that come into play.
So we're still chasing rumors on the stock market, huh?
That happened, exactly.
Oh, how about your book, Ken? I know you got a bestseller out there. How can people get a hold of it?
The book is called The Tax-Sold Option Investor, and you can find that over on Amazon.com or BarnesandNoble.com.
All right, Ken, I hope to hear from you in the next hour with a opening stock market report.
And you know, Ken, if you don't mind too, I'm telling people around this nation and world to have Ken Roberts look at your portfolio and let him direct you when it comes to the stock market. How do they call you over there? Fat Tail Trading and Research.
Give me a call at 775-825-4555.
All right, Ken Roberts, host of Ken's Bulls and Bears. Look forward to your next report next hour, Ken. All right, listeners, you can do like Ken did, 855-790-8255. You know, Dennis, every time I hear Ken on giving that report, and every time I tell him to give us the phone number for Fat Tail Trading and Research, who do you think of? Do you think of anyone? I always think of a girl I dated in junior high. Fat Tail
Yeah, but
Trading.
you have that Florida stuff going on, you know? We didn't have that in northern Indiana. All the girls up there in the South Bend area were beautiful.
Oh, wait a minute. Ours were beautiful too. We affectionately nicknamed ours. We affectioned like dumpling and things like that. Now, dumplings aren't pretty, but boy, they sure are pretty when they come out of your mouth and say, dumpling, get over here. You know, come on over here, dumpling. Let's go, speaking of that, let's go to Joanne Spotted Bear. Joanne, I tell you what, we have just a minute, but I want you to tell the, would you do me a favor in this minute, better yet? How about praying AM News? How about giving a Lakota prayer, since you're from Pine Ridge Reservation? Give a prayer for our news show in Lakota.
Thank you very much, Eddie. Eddie, if you don't mind, can I remember my Auntie Zelda this morning?
Absolutely, that's your show, dear. You always can.
Thank you very much. Atewa kantanga takashla wopla oshimalo omakiayo chindagnish nimia swashni as chimata oyatiki oteki na chante okshicha hecha. Mata antiki Zelda fast horse spotted bear ki ikjal nia wana nia yuhahelo. Atewa kantanga takashla plamialo na donwishte hecha oyatiki yuha donwishte hecha. To madakiase.
That was beautiful. Big shout out to Milpitas.
Milpitas,
California.
You want to score an awesome deal at some of your
I use this mic.
You keep playing musical mics over there.
coupon prices? Look no further than
You a
Lola's
musical
List,
mic,
number
dude.
one source for local deals here in Northern Nevada. The
Milpitas.
Lola's List of your favorite local stores and restaurants, or
Milpitas.
download your own copy at ask4, that's the number 4,
The number
LolasCoupons.com.
Get 25% off all
For
candy
Miss
packages,
Milpitas.
etc. Get a free entree from Jazz Louisiana Kitchen. And if you're looking for some new toys for
Callahan,
kids,
Florida,
how
Atlantic Beach,
about
Florida.
15% off?
That's sad
all
that
the supplies
that mother and father killed their baby, not one but both of them, huh?
That's
To get your
crazy.
business listed in
Yeah.
the next edition of
The
Lola's
world's
List,
nuts.
call Herbert today at 775-247-463.
I might move to a reservation.
No. They have more problems there.
If I move to a reservation, I might start drinking again.
Shoot, that's true. I did. I had 5 years clean and went back to South Dakota and started drinking. And my family told me, they said, you better go back to Reno. I said, why? You don't want me here?
How long you been clean now?
A year.
Good, good for you. I'm June 1st of 2007 is when I stopped drinking and smoking and doing any drugs.
You did drugs?
I did, sure, I did cocaine. Cocaine is God's way of telling you you're making too much money.
Yeah, I did coke too. Powerful stuff. But yeah. I'm glad for NA and AA and God and everybody
Sure.
who
University of Florida, I did a lot of smoking.
The governor's still doing a lot of smoking. Canada too.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
Yeah, Ontario, he's
Yeah.
the mayor.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, what are you, you playing microphones again?
I like this mic, but it's not going out over the air for some reason.
Are you sure?
Yeah, when we started, first I watched the DB meters. And it's not going out.
Where's your friend that's supposed to be coming in and learning? What he's
Yeah,
supposed
well,
to be doing?
you know what, I'm glad you brought that up. He told me yesterday, I'll see you tomorrow. Jackass is what he is.
You know what?
Tomorrow
I
night,
will learn
yes.
if you
Huh?
teach me. I will learn if you teach me.
I'd love to teach you.
All right.
You ought to give Larry big.
I'm always up at 6. My son will have to start getting up and bringing me so he can drop me off, and I'll learn. I will learn. I will learn. I will learn.
Melissa Masser just wrote in. I gotta go there before I come back to you, okay?
Okay.
Because it's about the Mustangs, okay? Roundups in Rock Springs, Wyoming are beginning today. 2 of the largest herds in America are being removed. Wow, that is sad.
That's where I could bring in the letter from where Sue Wallace wrote that resolution, and the UN letter. I can ask you if you got it.
Okay, 50 seconds.
They've been restaurant owners for over 10 years and in the restaurant business all their lives. This beautiful new bistro is classy and comfortable, and the whole staff makes you feel like family.
Can you hear me, Joanne?
Huh?
Can you hear me in the headphones? Hello, testing 1, 2, 3. No.
No.
Go ahead, do it.
Can you hear me? In?
No.
Crap. Okay, 23 seconds. Going back to the ones I don't like. At least these work.
Or call 775-322-6866.
Okay, 10 seconds.
If you've been to Mary Julie's, you know.
5,
what I'm talking
mics are
about.
coming hot.
You should really go soon.
All right, listeners, we are back now with not our news, weather, and sports show, AM News. It's yours. It's yours all around the world. Have a text from someone named Ben in Mahon, Menorca, the island there, and said, I listen in just for the Menorcan Minute. Well, Ben,
Wow.
thank you for that. I really appreciate it. And, buddy, kiss every one of those girls on the island of Menorca for me. I am of Menorcan descent. Also, listeners, I'm going to go right now. If you go to Facebook, you can go to facebook.com/ pardon me, one word, pardon me, .Eddie, and leave comments there like our good friend Melissa Masser did. And Melissa is from Wyoming, and here's what Melissa had to say. She said, roundups in Rock Springs, Wyoming are beginning today. Listeners, that's sad. She's talking about our American heritage, the wild horses and burros, and they are being affected nationwide right now. 2 of the largest, and I'm going to continue with what Melissa actually wrote in. She says 2 of the largest herds in America are being removed. The first gather will take place will take about 4 weeks. It starts today. Will take about 4 weeks. Adobe Town and Salt Wells. Wow. I'll be there observing tomorrow. This is just the beginning. Wow, Melissa. I'm telling you, thank you very, very much. Says we are losing all of them. Then it will be the Divide Basin and White Mountain. They will leave 205 sterilized and castrated on the Pilot Butte scenic tourist loop to fool the tourist. It's snowing. Temperatures are in the teens. Horrible time to do this. Sprung it on us at 8:40 last night. Great plan. Not much notice for the media. It's an especially bad time for the horses to acquire strangles, a disease that they periodically get. Melissa, thank you, although it's a sad update, thank you for being a part of AM News, and more importantly, thank you for all you do. In about a week and a half to 2 weeks now, I don't have the exact time to tell you, but I'm headed to Washington, D.C., representing Lacey J. Dalton, Ann Novak, Shannon Wendell, the Wine Nema Ranch, along with Cindy Hartzell, Shari Floyd, my wife, and so many other advocacy groups. I want to let you know I intend to take your message from Wyoming to D.C. as well as your and their lobbyists. So, Melissa, thank you for that unfortunate update. Now, with that being said, let's go. Let's go to our Lakota from Pine Ridge Reservation, Joanne Spotted Bear. Joanne, wasn't that sad news?
That was very sad news, Eddie. I just wanted to ask you, did you get the email I sent you yesterday on Sue Wallace, the resolution?
No, I did not. Well, wait, let me rephrase that, because I don't want to lie on the air. Maybe I got it, I didn't get to it, so I can't tell you did or did not get it. I can look you in the eye and tell you I didn't have the opportunity to read it last night because my daughter and numbers 9, 10, and 11 grandkids came before any other emails.
Okay, that's good. I also sent you an email on Sir Kurt Aloft from the United Nations and a letter for Library of Congress on Sue Wallace. So if you don't mind representing the 564 federal recognized tribes as well, and let them know that we don't appreciate Sue Wallace or anybody writing resolutions on our behalf and then turning them into National Congress. And when they do that, then they don't even sign them. They don't have the guts to sign them.
Wow.
Let alone write that resolution and then bring it forward themselves to 564 federal recognized tribes.
It'd be an honor to represent those tribes on your behalf and on the tribe's behalf, because I know you represent them. So if you pass on that authority to me, Joanne Spotted Bear, it'd be an absolute honor.
I would like it if you did, because here's what's going on in my life. My brother is a diabetic patient, and he just came out of a diabetic coma. And this morning, my Aunt Zelda Fast Horse passed away. And on Monday, my uncle Paul Thunder Horse passed away in Wounded Knee. So
Wow.
I'm kind of
You're having a bad month, Joanne.
I'm having a bad week.
Yeah, bad week, bad month. I tell you what, hearts, prayers, and thoughts go to you and your family there on Pine Ridge Reservation, descendants of Wounded Knee. It is an honor to represent you personally and all of the tribes that you represent as well. But I will take your message back, so you compile it, and before I go, you and I'll have a private meeting, and let me know if there's any elders on any of the reservations I need to talk to get clearance. I'll be happy to do that as well.
That's what the raising of $50,000 is for. Pine Ridge has propane problems because the homes are condemned. And I would like to try to help raise $50,000 so that those families can keep warm, and to prove to not just the nationwide but worldwide and the United Nations that Pine Ridge has been struggling for a great many years. And it just so happened to be, Eddie, that one day you allowed me to come on the show with you and be a part of your world and help the 564 federal recognized tribes to stand up and be proud again. This job is not easy, what we're talking about.
No.
It's humbling to come in here to ask for help, to ask for money or anything.
But, well, let me tell you what, you know, don't feel that way, because that's what we should do as a nation. We got people freezing to death on Pine Ridge Reservation, and there are people out there that have too much heat, too much money, don't know what to do with it, so they need to chime in. They need to chime in, and they need to pitch in, okay?
It's time for Americans to help Americans.
Amen. You know what?
Absolutely. Instead of offshore, why aren't we onshore?
God, I love
You
you
know,
saying that.
help. It's time to help ourselves. Yes.
You
Oh,
better-
that makes too much sense. That just makes
Yeah.
way too much
Way
sense.
too much sense.
Now, wait a minute.
I've always believed in this. I've
Yeah.
always believed in this. Why don't we look within our own shores, help the people that are here, and especially Native American? I mean, by God, we owe you more than anything.
Well, with that being said, Eddie, I really hate to ask this, but I need to ask. And I have a good friend here in Reno who's always paid for everything that I've done, and it was just one person. And on the radio, I make these funny faces because it comes
May I
at
say
the
something? Never be
front.
afraid to ask for anything. If you don't ever ask, you never receive. I daily ask for things. In my heart, I ask for things. Always ask.
You know what, there's 2 steps you need to follow, and I know
Yes.
you know this, Joanne Spotted Bear, but you know, here's a routine, ready? Start kneeling and then stand up for something.
That's right.
Kneel down and ask, and then stand up
I
for
ask
something.
for things daily. I ask, and I have to be very careful what I ask for because I always get it.
Yeah,
Be
exactly.
very careful what you ask for.
Yeah.
Always need it.
Okay,
Yes.
here we go. Eddie, like I said, Pine Ridge Elders, they need propane, and I would like to help raise $50,000 to get it to them. And I would also like the United Nations to come and to visit Pine Ridge personally so they can see for themselves how the people live, so it's not a hearsay. The other one with my family, and the death within my family and my brother being sick, I would like to go back to Rapid City, South Dakota, if there was somebody who can help me with an airplane ticket. We have one ticket from here to Denver, but not from Denver to Rapid.
Uh-huh.
And I don't have the date right now, but if you can call me at 775-622-1271 for anybody who'd wanna help me out.
Give your number again, one more time, okay? We're coming to a break.
Okay.
Give that phone number for Joanne Spotted Bear. Let's help her get back home and then back here again. Do it.
775-622-1271.
All
Thank
right,
you, Eddie.
and when we come back, not only will we continue talking to Joanne Spotted Bear, but an absolutely, and I'm gonna say this the way a Southern boy would, drop dead gorgeous co-host is joining us. You heard her voice right there.
And I'm gonna write the first check.
That's
I'm gonna
right,
write
you
the
better
first
believe
check
it.
to help her get back.
You, I love hearing that,
thank you.
absolutely.
Yes,
Listeners,
it's our right. We need to. We
Amen.
need to. Absolutely. Giving starts here.
you better believe it. 855-790-8255. You look gorgeous today. How are you?
Thank you. I'm great.
I had lunch
I'm
with
great.
Lacey yesterday.
I heard.
Yeah, she's a
How is
kick.
she? I'm having dinner with her on Monday.
Oh, she told me she was gonna take you to dinner.
Yeah.
What's your email?
I suggest you go to
Huh, mine first?
That's right.
Mine,
Acme
Seagirl.
Liquidators, 903
Seagirl,
East Main Street,
2012
downtown
@gmail.
Reno. Acme is
Sita.
a professional
Sita's my
liquidator
guard
company
dog.
for retail
Oh, really?
and commercial sites.
See,
Can
my
I have your email? Okay.
Buy,
CITA.
sell, consign, trade, and rent, store display, and restaurant
Girl.
equipment. Their inventory changes
GIRL.
all the time. Acme Liquidators. Buy, sell, trade, and consign, and save up to 50% or more. This is a veteran-owned business, and if you're a veteran, you can save an
Is it just
additional
last name
20%.
Austin,
Visit
or what?
acmeliquidators.com today.
Would it be under just your last name, Austin?
I want to tell you
I
about
don't
a
know.
national
I don't know.
sponsor of the Nevada Matters pawnbroker.com.
But I'm serious.
I'm
I'm gonna write you a check.
I'm
I'm gonna give you somebody to help you on your way.
no, this is what I'd like to do. I'm gonna give you Kathy Price's number.
Okay.
And I'm gonna have you give her the check, cause she lives here in town.
All right.
And she is my son's godmom, and she's the one who's gonna be paying the,
Paying the bear?
yes.
All right. I'll be happy to. Happy to.
Why, yes, I am, Eddie.
You better.
Well, let me tell you what, the Dance Go Shoe Line.
I knew there was a reason I was here this morning.
Yeah, that is.
has tennis
Things
shoes
work
for
in
women.
ways.
Don't they really?
I was
You're
up
not
this
gonna
morning
believe this.
dancing with
See
my
this?
dogs.
They are slip resistant. They come in
She's a
like
Czechoslovakian girl, and
You
that's
can
her name.
imagine, and the
That's how she
combination of
came to
colors,
me
they're
with that name.
lightweight, they come in all
Guess what? I
sizes.
don't.
Oh, by the way, do you know Susan? Do you know
No,
Joanne?
no, but I
Okay,
feel like
Susan
I've known her
Austin
forever.
Have color
Joanne
blocks
Spotted
over there
there.
because
Nice
for
to
the
meet
first
you.
time
Meet
now,
you.
Thank you
From
very
Pine
much.
Ridge Reservation.
Pleasure.
She's a Lakota.
Thank you.
You'll
I like
find
your,
her.
remember.
I
wow!
know, I'm holding down. I part of it too.
Oh, that is nice, I like it.
375.
Geez.
Old
775.
Those are nice.
Thank you, very old
57.
pieces.
Yes.
Michael,
Oh,
you wanna see
Yeah,
this
oh yeah,
video?
oh yeah.
Shoot
This
for
one
ladies.
I made, I designed and had it made.
Reno
It's
Town
Bisbee, turquoise, but these are new.
This
But
is Sarah
these
Garrett,
vintage,
owner of the
vintage,
Purple Bean
vintage,
Coffee
vintage.
House, and I
I
want to
love
talk to you
vintage.
about how to achieve
Yeah.
the perfect cup of
That's
coffee.
beautiful.
Well, this morning I was up dancing with the dogs. That's how I start my
I find the
day.
best one that
I
you
dance
like.
with my young dog
French
because I
toast
trained
coffee
him
beans are also
to dance
the
with
key
me.
to
But
a superb
the
cup of
older
coffee.
dog got jealous
Purchase your
and she
coffee
learned to
in
dance
small
too.
amounts, only as much as you can use.
So,
in a
I love
time
this.
period, because coffee
Sally
goes
writes
down
in,
quickly.
ready?
Whenever
Yeah.
you can, use only fresh,
You don't haven't
cold,
met or
filtered
heard
water.
Slunk yet.
If you're
Okay,
using
no, I
tap
haven't.
water,
Okay,
let
Slunk
it
calls
rise a
in
few seconds
periodically,
before filling
okay?
your coffee pot.
And
For
it
all your
says,
coffee needs,
this is
come
from,
see me at the Purple Bean
Sally,
Coffee House at the corner
okay?
of 7th and Houston. We feature a full-service drive-through window
Yeah.
and free
Okay,
Wi-Fi.
writes in, Sally
Check in
writes
on
in,
Yelp Facebook, or Foursquare for a free espresso shot. And if you're running
We
late,
heard about a
call
man
ahead
named Slunk on
at
your show.
787-2827
We have been listening all
to
week
place
and
your
no
order.
slump.
Or slump.
Yeah, please let us know what day he's on your show. I gotta tell Code Red, Sally right now, we never know.
Testing 1, 2.
I don't remember
You were
Kathy's
good.
phone number right off the top of my head.
Okay, I'll
Sorry.
give you mine.
See it,
Okay.
Eddie,
That
see
way
if this
she
is
can
working.
contact
Can you hear me in
Okay,
the
go ahead, do it again.
Testing 1, 2.
Yeah, yeah.
I just wiggled the connection.
Really, yeah, it's working. And you're coming across the air, right?
I'll be right back,
Yeah.
Eddie.
Okay.
All right, a minute 30.
I'll put $100 towards your fare.
That's so
Yeah.
sweet. That's
Well,
so
I
sweet.
knew there was a reason.
Well,
Yeah.
let's see, where do I need to get?
In my life, when I've needed things, no one's ever been there for me.
Isn't that amazing?
Ever.
You know,
Yeah.
well, I can't,
So
I
I've
can't say
learned.
that, but I can look in and I tell you I don't remember. In other words, I can't say it never happened.
It's
okay?
happened.
I'm sure it's probably happened, but I don't remember it, you know, because I'm like you.
1
I'm
minute.
always giving away, not as much as my liberal friend, they give away everything they don't own.
It's because we're poor. We understand being poor. You're a
Well-
rich fat cat
Oh,
Republican.
yeah, how poor is Harry Reid, huh?
How poor is Harry?
Harry Reid's not a Democrat.
Harry
No,
Reid's
he's just a
politician.
taker.
Parlor
He's just a,
snake.
he's just a taker.
Perfume parlor.
He's a
snake.
taker.
He's
He
just a
takes
taker.
for, 30 seconds.
Everybody.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Can you hear me, Susan?
I can hear you.
I know we've been having mic problems this morning, so.
Isn't that fun? It keeps you on your toes.
Oh, yeah. 20,
At AmericanMatters.us or call 384-444.
15.
That's 384-44.
Okay, last segment too before top of the hour, so
Oh,
we gotta
yeah,
hit the
God, it's
break.
going fast.
Okay, 10 seconds. Mics are coming hot. Quiet, please.
American Matters Media is the home of community radio in northern Nevada and an equal opportunity employer.
All right, listeners, we're back now. AM News. Joanne Spotted Bear actually walked out to her car, but we're here at the Reno Town Mall. Susan Austin, now's an opportunity for me to say thank you. That was really sweet of you to do, to step up and give that donation to her so she can go back.
Oh, you're welcome, you're welcome. You know, it comes from my heart. I have gone through so much adversity in my life, and there's never been anyone there for me. So it gives me great pleasure now in my life to be there for people when I can.
Wow, well, you certainly are for Joanne Spotted Bear. Listeners, I tell you what, if you just tuned in, there are so many ways to get involved. Come meet Susan Austin in person. She stopped by. She's behind the microphone. Joanne Spotted Bear, she stopped by. She's behind the microphone. And Dennis, it won't be long. You and I can take a break. Go grab breakfast.
Oh, we can have a day off or a
I like it. I like it. I like it. By the way, this just came in on email. This came in from a young lady named Sally, and I hope, Sally, I'm pronouncing it because I love the way you spell it, Sallye. Sally writes in and says, we've heard for quite some time now about a man named Slunk, okay? And she spells it Slungh, and it's actually with a K. Said, on your show, we have been listening all week and no slunk. Well, Sally, let me tell you, I'm going to email you back and let you know something. We never know.
Slunk works in mysterious ways, Eddie.
So does everybody. You notice that? So does everybody, because we never know when Slunk's going to actually call in. We never know when Dunn is going to write in from South Australia. We also never know when we're going to get a phone call from Morgan in Calcutta, India. But they're regulars on AM News when we went worldwide. Our goal was to take community radio right to the entire nation. Not only did we hit every single state in the United States of America, but we also then launched and went worldwide. Not because of us, because of you getting involved. Come join us, Reno Town Mall. Text us, 775-384-4444, or you can call that toll-free number. It is 855-790-8255. Listen to this, ready? I love this. Eddie, let us know where we can send a check for Joanne Spotted Bear. That text just came in from Emmeline and Jean. And Emmeline and Jean refer to themselves, and I refer to them as the Dalton girls, because they love your friend and mine, Lacey J.
Lacey.
Dalton.
That's
Country-
right.
and
Friend
matter
of
of fact,
mine.
matter of fact, Susan, you and Lacey are having dinner next Monday.
Absolutely.
You better believe it. I want you to meet Emmeline and Jean.
I'd love to.
They are without a doubt. You know what? I'm going to call them not just the Dalton girls, but the Wynema Ranch girls. They come out every weekend and during the week sometimes, and make improvements and spend dinners with us. And
Oh.
they're just wonderful, wonderful ladies. Wonderful ladies.
Well, you're gonna have Lacey J and Susan having lunch together.
Dinner.
Dinner together?
Yes.
Yeah,
I
right.
need to do more recruiting.
Well, we have Wild Bill joining us too.
Oh, do you really?
Yes, I love Wild Bill.
Oh, isn't he a kick?
He's a kick in the pants.
I love
yes.
it. You better believe it. Emmeline and Jean, I want to thank you for that text. You are warming the heart of Joanne Spotted Bear right now. Kicked off with Susan Austin saying, I'll write a check, and now Emmeline and Jean have said they'll write a check. We're going to get you back there.
Absolutely.
Okay, and then when we do, I want you to pay tribute to all these people, you know, that are helping you on, you have a wonderful couple of Facebook pages. Right?
Yes.
You do call it do you call it Facebook? I'm not sure.
Yes, yeah.
I think
don't-
yeah, okay, I'm not so sure. Pot her up if you would, Dennis. Okay, we're talking Joanne Spotted Bear, pot her up. Okay, go ahead, Joanne.
Yes, I do have two Facebook pages, and one of them is Joanne Spotted Bear / Matogleshka, and the other one is Spotted Bear Matogleshka. Like you, Eddie, on one of my Facebook pages, I have 5,000 friends, and Native Voice One, Native Hoop Magazine, and one webpage written in Italian, and the other one is where I talk to the United Nations.
Italian, you're an Italian Indian?
Well, I think so.
Dennis, what do you say about that, man?
You know, we did conquer the world, Eddie, so.
I told you should have tightened your borders better back then. I told you that, okay? Yes.
Is there any
Check-
Romeos running around the reservation back there?
Yes, matter of fact, we have one special one named Dennis Romeo.
Oh, you're in deep
You know,
trouble.
as a matter of fact, they have named you on Pine Ridge Reservation Walking Eagle, and we'll get into why.
Walking Eagle.
We'll get into why you can't fly. Because you're full of you-know-what. All right, listeners, get a hold of us right now. I'm going to go to some of these texts. I'm also going to go to that Facebook right now. And Sally, thank you for that. Truthfully, I have got to tell you, if this means anything to you, Slunk has called us. He's not missed a week, but he's only called us one day during the week. One time it was a Tuesday, every other time it was a Friday. He hasn't called this week, so unless he calls today, Sally, be prepared. You'll be listening to Slunk on Friday.
Yes.
And I'll tell you what, listeners around the world, there's a following of over 200 now people who love Slunk. They call them Slunkisms.
Oh, isn't that interesting?
Isn't that, you know, last week he gave me some, he said, Eddie, let me just give you some words of wisdom. Mr. Eddie, he calls me. He said, let me give you some words of wisdom. He said, where do you find a crab with no legs?
It is.
Exactly where you put him. Now that's a slunkism
That's
for
a
you. And by the way,
slunkism.
he really exists, Susan, since you don't know this. Joanne does, Dennis does. But since you don't know this, I was raised with slunk.
Oh.
When I was 5 years old, heading shrimp in Mayport, Florida, Slunk was 8.5. And he was the gentleman who, just a wonderful black man that I was raised with, who would slide me some shrimp at the end of the hall so that I'd have enough money to go to Country Pal's drugstore and get a moon pie and a RC Cola.
Oh, no, I understand those days.
You better
Pie and
believe
RC Colas.
You better believe it. That's at Country Pal's drugstore in Mayport, Florida, thanks to Slunk. Otherwise, I wouldn't have had enough at penny a pound. I wouldn't have had enough pounds to buy that. And then after 50 years and more, 50 years or more of never hearing from him or anything, he called into the show one day and asked me if I remembered him.
Isn't
Okay?
that something?
And I did. And
Nice.
he's been
Beautiful.
calling ever since. And you know what, Dennis? Do you know that there's one slunkism that has really taken off around the nation, and I heard it used on Washington, D.C. in a speech given by one of our representatives because they were making a point, and this was a direct quote. They said, and that,
Ain't no Pinocchio.
you better believe it. Okay, and that ain't no Pinocchio.
You know, he works in mysterious ways. Think about community radio, Eddie.
Yeah.
We have listeners in Amarudina Creek in Australia, Calcutta, India, listening to someone on a payphone in Florida giving slungisms.
You
If
better
that's not community radio,
that
I don't
stretches
know
out.
what is.
And 200 plus followers nationwide. And speaking of nationwide, as we go to our break right now, I want to say a big shout out right now to our friends in Milpitas, California, Soledad, California, Visalia, Fresno. Wow, we're knocking them dead in California. Merced, Bakersfield, San Luis Obispo.
San Jose, anyone is-
Let's see.
Isn't our general manager?
Ooh, yeah, uh-oh. Our general manager's in San Jose, and we got 7 people listening, and one of them could be him. Could be him, so I tell you what, let's
Yeah, we
do.
better go to break.
Let's go to break.
Music with an attitude.
All right, yeah, that's so sweet. Those girls, Emmy and Jean, you haven't met them yet, but they're always working at the ranch.
I thought the Dalton girls are the ones that came in, yeah? Isn't that the ones?
I'm not sure.
The,
I was on voice activation. Hold on a second. I gotta stop this. I was on voice activation and it keeps saying everything I'm talking.
Uh-oh. You're just chatting away on your text, huh?
Don't mean to.
Cultivating a long-term relationship with you to develop and implement smart wealth-building strategies so you can handle whatever life throws at you.
those are beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
Thank you. This is my
Susan
expression.
Austin.
This is what I love. So in my soul, I must be Native American because I don't think I am genetically, but in my soul I must be.
I have a friend of mine, she's from Ireland. She learned to make start quilts. She learned to, she goes to sweat lodges, and she even went up to Bear Butte and Hamletchad. She found 2, what we call them chinubas, but people know them as peace pipes.
Yes.
One of them was black, one of them was red.
Wow.
And the black one she took up to Bear Butte and she left it up there after her Hamletcha. And the red one she gave away, and she was one of the few people
Oh, this
I
is
have ever
top
met.
of the hour.
If you're a professional, motivated,
Few people I have ever met who ever left a chalupa at Bear Butte that come from across the Great Pond.
Wow.
Very,
call
very nice lady.
That's
But I
wonderful.
love what you got on that.
Thank
It's
you.
beautiful.
Thank
It is gorgeous.
And I don't wear this one very often. I wear it when I feel it in my heart, and that's when I put it on. So it doesn't get worn out. But today I was dancing. Yes.
I know, I was telling this. My next door neighbor kept me up all night long.
Candy.
Candy.
Located across the street from the Atlantis Casino Resort.
Candy
The
from the
Reno
Bay
Town
Area.
Mall is just steps from the Reno Sparks Convention Center and is home to a variety of merchants, including a full-service
You know,
grocery
she's
store.
driving here, I'm seeing how,
Other tenants at the Reno Town Mall include the Washoe County
I've gone
Library
to great adversity, I've overcome a lot of obstacles, but I'm really lucky
and
in
access to
life.
healthcare network.
This
You know,
unique urban mall will fit in
what
perfectly with your busy
Gets thrown
lifestyle.
at you,
Stop
you
at
have
your
to be
local
overcome.
cafe for your
and
morning
find
coffee
your
or
blessing.
perhaps
What,
a quick business
Joanne?
lunch at Round Table Pizza.
Susan Austin
Reno Town Mall
is
is also
billed
home to the Reno
as
Sparks
the world's
Convention
most
and
famous
Visitors
map.
Authority,
Northern Nevada Job
She
Connect,
the Great Works of China import store.
Many.
and American
Yeah.
Matters.
Can I have one?
Yeah, I'm surprised you, I'm surprised you Indians didn't get into that.
No, they don't need it. No, it's not an exception.
I could be the first.
Yes, you could. Yes, you could.
Can I put Obama
It's the
in?
man you don't need.
Where do you, Reno, why not? He's doing it.
Sorry, Eddie, to cut you off.
1, 2. One, two, three. We okay?
Yeah, you're okay.
I think I am. I feel it in my heart.
Hello?
Yeah, you're fine.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Okay, 20 seconds. 15. 10. 9, lights are coming on. Quiet, please.
You better believe it, we're gonna celebrate right here. This is hour number 2 of AM News, not our news show. It is your news show. Get involved, give us a call, join us, or text us. We're brought to you by Dolan Automotive Group, Kidder Law Group, Precision Diamonds, Scampy's Restaurant, all here in northern Nevada, and our 2 national sponsors from day one, pawnbroker.com. Check it out, pawnbroker.com, and also now our newest national sponsor, Vagabond Inns nationwide. And we have one right here in northern Nevada, in between the Peppermill and Atlantis. Drive right up to your front door. Just get a room real close to mine, and I guarantee you we're going to celebrate. Listeners, the phone number here is toll-free 855-790-8255. The text number is 775-384-4444. Unlike any other news show you've ever heard, it's your news. So give us a call, get involved, or stop by the Reno Town Mall. We always kick off every hour, top of the hour, with a pledge of allegiance to yours and my great flag of these United States.
I pledge allegiance to
the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And we always repeat,
Under God.
you better believe it, always under God, and we say that it belongs in schoolrooms, courtrooms, and every other public building. That's our opinion. What's your opinion? YOPINION. Let's get to some of the text. Oh, I love it. Well, always, I think we wake up with this young lady, and I love that. That's our very own host of Chick Chat.
Oh, Peanut.
Peanut, Debbie McCarthy. She said, great show, and please let everybody know I will be in the studio today at 9 a.m. for Reno, Tahoe tonight.
Oliver X.
Oliver
Yeah.
X and Peanut, they host Reno, Tahoe tonight. Always have a lot of fun, a lot of entertainers in our area. Nobody has their finger on the pulse of entertainment here in the great state of Nevada like Oliver X.
Yeah, hey Peanut, have you taken your shower yet this morning?
Hey man, we
That's
work
pretty
with her. She's
personal.
running.
Well, I'm just saying, turn the Skype off.
Oh, she
That's Skype, yeah.
she's got you on Skype.
Right.
That's it. Okay, that's what I was worried about. Okay. All right, listeners, get a hold of us right now. I'm going to clear some of our text. I'm going to clear right now some of the Facebook that came in, because Facebook is another way you can get a hold of AM News. You can go to facebook.com/pardonme.eddie. One word, pardonme.eddie. Now this is important. This came in because the Nevada Museum of Art has posted for AM News that they have a mini Masters Toulouse-Lautrec tour taking place on December 4th, which is a Wednesday, at the museum. And I want to thank you for posting that. And as a matter of fact, if you're listening to AM News, why don't you come join us prior to December 4th? We'll get you on the air and we'll do a good job, because that event is going to take place, they say, from Wednesday, December 4th to Wednesday, December 18th. And everybody looks forward to that tour. I think it's going to be really great, but more importantly, thanks for being a part of AM News here. It's just that simple, listeners. You can post on Facebook. You're going to love this one, Susan, Joanne. Ready? And Dennis, this one fits you to a T. This was sent in by none other than our buddy in Arizona, John Gavigan. John Gavigan writes in and says, of all the martial arts, karaoke inflicts the most pain.
Yes, it would.
Oh,
He must have heard you sing, Dennis.
hey, I sing good.
Barry
Maybe
White,
no one
you do a
else
little
does.
Barry White?
No, I sing opera, you
Oh, yeah, do you?
That's the Italian in him.
I thought it was the Romeo.
All right, wait a minute. I'm not gonna waste another second.
know. Don't fight, girls. Come on.
Come on, I'm not gonna waste another second. For our listeners around the world now, 19 in Spain, okay?
Buenos Burritos.
13 in England, okay? And also 7 now in Australia. Sing a little opera for our friends overseas.
877 cash now.
Always advertising, always advertising. By the way,
That was good.
yeah. Thank you, John Gavigan, for that post on Facebook.
Wait a minute, isn't that the same guy that called us like a peanut convention?
He said that we were nuttier than a Santa hut at a peanut convention.
Oh, good Lord.
I still remember that. But at least he didn't start off his email and his text with jackass.
Well, that's,
Oh, by the way, I love this. Kristen Hagopian, okay? You know, Kristen Hagopian is a national talk show host herself and says at the bottom of John Gavigan's post about, of all the martial arts, karaoke inflicts the most pain. She says, not to brag, but I'm a true black belt at the painful karaoke. Kristen, thanks for that comment. I love it. And by the way, thanks for a great talk show you do. You know, we even tout other talk show hosts right here on AM News. That's what we do because we can. You can get involved, and if you'd like to promote your very own talk show that you're the host of, like Matt Bruce, he's Captain America.
Captain America.
In St. Petersburg, he calls us all the time and tells us updates in Florida. And what's our average listenership age in St. Petersburg?
I believe it's dead.
Yes, dead.
I know it is. Having lived, yes, there,
Having
yes.
lived in St. Petersburg,
Yes, it's
Florida.
dead.
All right, well, look at this. This says, oh, this is for Dennis Romeo,
Mm-hmm.
and it comes from Diane Walker
Hi, Diane.
and 6 others. And
Walker?
also, it's a repost from something that says, this is for Dennis Romeo and all of his angels, and it was actually created by, and I love this organization, One, says, and here's the name of the organization, that's One Kick-Ass Mommy. That's the name of the organization, and this is for you, Dennis. They're the ones who posted it.
Yep.
All those girls said, this is for Dennis Romeo. If a girl understands your bull crap. Can I say bullshit on the air? No.
No.
You
Okay.
can't
No.
say that.
Okay,
No.
thank you. If a girl understands your bull crap, sticks through your mistakes, smiles even when you've done nothing for her,
Okay.
it's obvious she's a keeper, but it's also obvious that you don't deserve her.
Now, who was that?
Well, that's 6 people. 6
Yeah.
different. It kicked off with Diane Walker and 6 others. Tamra.
And where are they out of?
Tamra Badlands. What a great name for a lady.
Badlands. Oh,
Badlands. Tamra
Tamra,
Badlands.
hush.
April Duzig. Okay. Jenny Moore. Shaquita Straughter, excuse me, I'm thinking of Slaughter all the time. You know, Jenny Sanchez and Polly Sly.
Where are they out of?
They're all
You know,
women.
they're all over the place, all across
girls,
the
girls,
Oh.
girls.
The reason I ask is I've been trying to trace my genealogy, and I can't find anything on my granddad, Johnny Walker.
Really?
Yeah.
Johnny Walker?
Johnny Walker, and it's like I can't find anything on him out of Galveston, Texas. Nothing.
Really? Okay,
Yes,
well,
my
you know
mother
what?
was so closed-mouthed about her side of the family, and she's gone now, and so's my aunt, and there's nobody left, nobody. And I can't find anything. I've gone on genealogy.com, everything. And
Trying to find out.
yes, and I'm part Walker, but I can't find anything on my family. Nothing.
On my Facebook page, I have 100,000 viewers.
Yes.
And one of my friends have, what she say, 50,000 family members that are Cherokee from Texas, Oklahoma, Florida, South Carolina, Mississippi, and the state right next to Texas, I can't remember the name.
New Mexico.
It's Oklahoma, Oklahoma, Texas,
Yeah.
New Mexico. Next, New Mexico's right there.
Why are you giving me a geography
Louisiana.
lesson early in the morning?
No, that's
Yeah.
that's a state lesson, that's not.
Yeah, we're getting geography 101. I'm not awake yet.
No.
I need a purple bean.
Hey, purple
But
bean.
yes, I can connect you to her. Her name is Rose Butler.
Yeah.
When I get home, I'll give you a call
I'd
and we'll
love
go from
that.
there.
I'd love
From
that,
there.
because it may have been that the name has been changed, and that's why.
Oh,
You know, it
definitely.
may have been that it was Waukesha or something else, and it became Walker.
Yes,
See,
there-
and that's what I've been told.
That's what
Yeah,
happened
he
with
was
the
tall,
Cherokee Nation, there's a
dark.
lot of name changes.
Yes, he was dark
Yes.
hair and extremely handsome man.
Wow.
Yeah, but I can't find anything on him, nothing.
I thought the
And-
only
and what
handsome
part
man
you
we
said,
had was.
where was that
Was
from, what part
Ernie.
of Texas?
Galveston, Texas.
Galveston, Texas.
Galveston, Texas.
Let's see, okay, there are 5 listeners in Galveston area, Texas right now. Give us a call, 855-790-8255. One of those cities that Dennis Romeo loves to just simply say the name is listening to us right now. As a matter of fact, the most people that have ever listened to us from that area is San
Marcos.
Marcos. Oh, you like to roll your R's. Oh.
And also,
Oh.
and also, not to be outdone, we have 27 people in Sacramento. All right, listeners, if you want to have some fun, come join us right now or give us a call. Always go to callers first. And big shout out to our good friends in Denver, Colorado. We love you. There's over 50 people right now in the Denver area. We love you. Give us a call, 855-790.
I have a son in Denver.
Beautiful. 855-790-8255. Dennis, who do we have?
Well, Eddie from beautiful Silver Springs, Nevada, we have Aaron on line 1. Aaron.
What's up?
Hey, we have snow and ice. That's what's up. Yeah, love it. Gotta love it. I've been out taking photographs. I love this time of year. I love the snow because it makes everything look so clean.
Now, wait a minute, Aaron. There's only a 40% chance of that, so it's only 40% there.
I drove in
Oh
it.
no, we have it.
Yeah.
We have it. The roads are icy. It is really cold. We also, if any of your listeners are wondering about their internet access right now, one of the towers for AT&T, the Silver Spring, the Stagecoach Tower, for dial-up and everything is down for a 22-mile radius out here. So.
Wow. Hey, well, you know what, Aaron? Thank you for that update. I mean, that's what AM News is all about. You're giving us our weather for Silver Springs, Lake Lahontan area and that surrounding area there, and also you're giving us an update that you'd hear on any other news about that tower being down. That's what it's all about. You know, it's the people in our nation that do a better job than the talking heads on radio or on television. So, Aaron, thank you for that update. Now, I want to give a shameless plug because you've got an organic farm there in Silver Springs, right?
Yes, we do. And the word today is polyphenols.
Polly Fields. I used to date her in junior high
She a tall girl.
Polyphenols are a micronutrient that you find in fruits and vegetables, nuts, grains, coffee, and tea.
school. Really? I did not know
So,
that.
and they're great for they're a natural thing to help with cancer, cardiovascular disease, inflammation, osteoporosis, and other degenerative type diseases. They're in the antioxidant area and stuff like that. So, I'm getting ready to write an article as soon as we get our internet back up. I'll be posting an article on that on the blog site today.
Well, listen, not only do I want you to do that, remember the offer still holds. Want to meet you in person, want to have you come to the studio here next time you're in and bring me some of that produce so we can talk about it on the air.
Yeah,
okay?
bring food.
You bet.
Bring food.
Bring a lot of it.
We work for food. Hey, no, really though, Aaron, do us a favor. Give a shameless plug right now. We go to our next caller. But how do people get a hold of you there in Silver Springs? You are our correspondent for AM News now in the Silver Springs, Lahontan area. So how do people get a hold of you?
They can find us on the internet or on the web, www.alladayllc.com, and you can contact us via telephone, 775-230-9915.
Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Hey, Aaron, thanks for the call. You really do matter to us. Listeners, Aaron called 855-790-8255. Okay, time to go to a break.
No, Eddie, we have callers on the line, and I don't think Chip's listening in San Antonio anyway. So you know what we say? Sponsors,
Sponsors. Okay, who do we have next?
On line 2, we have Kate. Hey, Kate.
What's up?
What's up this morning? Man, y'all got me chuckling in my seat.
Kate, where are you calling from?
I'm calling from here in Reno, Nevada.
I love
just
it.
a little northwest. Yeah.
I love that. I love a local girl. Remember, you're always invited to come join these beautiful girls here on set with us, Susan Austin and Joanne Spotted Bear. They're here. You can join us anytime you're out in the area. But what do you have for us today, Kate?
Well, I was just going to let y'all know a little bit of local news, as we like to know, and something that we're trying to spread to be a little bit more than local news. We got a big soldier benefit concert coming up this Saturday in Reno. Yeah. I wish there was an R in it so I could roll the R for you.
Dennis would be the one rolling that R for you.
Yeah, there's no R in Cantina, but here in local Reno area, there's 2 Cantina Los Tres Hombres. We're going to take the Cantina Los Tres Hombres Spark on Saturday from 5 o'clock to 11 o'clock to bring you 6 local bands playing for soldiers. And we're just taking donations at the door, donations through mail, donations online, all for 100% proceeds going to soldiers and their families this season. We've got some Northern Nevada units deployed and such, and we just wanted to make sure that they had a little cushion in food for their families.
Wow, you know what, Kate? I love that, and I love you for what you're doing. That is phenomenal. Thank you so much for being a part of AM News. And, you know, we've got another show tomorrow with you. You know, if you don't mind, how about calling in and let's give another plug for what you're doing. I think that'd be wonderful. Or better yet, why don't you get down here and bring a guitar or something and play for us on AM News for our national and worldwide news. How's that?
Ooh, you know what? You sent me. I just did that for Miss Debbie McCarthy yesterday, and I had a blast.
All right. Well, guess what? You've got the invite. We'd love to have you here. I guarantee you.
Oh, I'd love. Thank you so much. You just might get a musical treat.
A musical treat? Are you kidding me? I'm doing it because I love to look at you when you play. All right. Thanks, Kate. Thanks for the call. That was really wonderful, dear. Okay, listeners, let me tell you, Kate called with an update here locally. Community radio, that's what we're doing. And by the way, if you're driving around in our area, you heard me invite Kate down. Well, if Kate does come down tomorrow or today, you can do the same thing and have a cup of Purple Bean coffee on us. That's right, they deliver every morning Purple Bean coffee here in Northwest Reno. Come get a free cup of Purple Bean coffee. Dennis, who do we have?
Well, Eddie, speaking of Purple Bean, on line 2,
Wow.
we have Robin. Hey, Robin.
What's up?
Good morning.
Good morning, Robin, and I'll tell you what, I'm looking at that wonderful veteran friend of yours and mine, Brian, with our Purple Bean coffee. What's our special today? A Sinful Delight.
Ooh, right down my alley.
Wow. Susan, by the way, let me set the record for you, okay, Robin? Susan Austin was billed at one time the world's most famous madam, okay? Ran several brothels and girls, and she's on set with us now. So again, we will dedicate today's special to Susan Austin. Tell our listeners the name again.
It's called a Sinful Delight.
A Sinful Delight. I absolutely love that. Now,
Oh,
Robin,
that's my kind of coffee.
that's
Come
a
on.
Romeo Angel coffee. Now, before you go, Joanne, I'll let you talk for a real quick minute, but here's what we got to do, Robin. Tell the listeners where you're located so they can drive up. And by the way, had dinner with my daughter. She lives within 3.5 blocks, and I said, from now on, you stop at Purple Bean, you get your coffee for work there. Fair enough?
Well, our location is 1315 West 7th Street here in Northwest Reno.
Beautiful. And the phone number?
787-2827.
Wow, Robin, we love you. Thanks for the Purple Bean coffee, and thanks for being one of the sponsors of AM News every morning. Really appreciate it. Listeners, she called in 855-790-8255. Joanne, I know you've got to run, okay? So any last minute comments you want to make?
Hello? Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, there was something that's really important that I do want to share. Really very, very important as to why a full-blood Indian really hates to ask people for money.
Right.
And we really don't like the government.
Oh, say it ain't so.
And,
Join the club.
We deal with them, but honestly, we don't like them because here's why. March 7th, 1884. It is claimed by the commission that because we took the Black Hills from these Indians in violation of the 12th article of the Treaty of 1876, we have the right to violate it again and take this land also. This committee does not understand the ethics which base the right to violate the obligations of a treaty upon previous violations.
Wow.
A treaty is law.
You know,
That's like the
well, I
Constitution.
got bad news for you, okay?
What's
You
that?
entered into many treaties with our government and they never withheld one of them, not one.
There was no honor.
No honor. And for that, on behalf of, you know, because we represent supposedly our government, it's supposed to be the other way around.
Yeah.
They don't represent us, in my opinion, anymore.
Yes,
So
true.
I'm on your side. You know, it's about time they stand up and honor their contracts with not only the American Indians, but also our United States military.
And
They
all
need
of our
to stand
people.
up.
They need
All
to,
of our people, not just the Indians, but everybody that they've ever come in contact with.
Amen.
that's right.
You
I
better believe-
absolutely agree with that.
Yeah, me too, Susan. All right, listeners, it's 855-790-8255. Before I go to text, before I go to Facebook, we always go to callers. Dennis, who do we have?
Well, Eddie, on line 2, we have Godmother
Oh.
of the Menorcan Mafia, Lee. Hey, Lee.
What's up? Hey, Lee, let me tell the listeners, Lee started on our inaugural show with the Menorcan Minute because that's her heritage. Also happens to be my heritage. We have also gotten involved with other people of Greek, the Italian, you name it, heritage, because they are invited to call in to AM News with an update like Lee does. And Lee, with that segue, I've got to tell you, I received a text from a gentleman named Ben, who said this morning he's waiting for the Menorcan Minute, and he texted me from, guess where? Mahon, Menorca.
Excellent.
Wow. Do you know a Ben there? Did you used to date a Ben there?
I think I did. I think we met in the British Virgin Islands.
The British Virgin Islands. I love it, cuz. Great comment. Great comment. Now, listeners, I tell you what. Lee calls in from Florida. She gives us our Menorcan Minute all of the time. What do we have today, girl?
You have her call me. I will today. Okay, thank you.
Starting the Florida East Coast Railway. And what happened was he came to Florida for his health and basically never looked back. He ended up building a huge hotel in St. Augustine. And in his desire to provide the best for his clientele, he started